and welcome once again to another virtual happy hour in our ever lasting cause to find something to do during this lockdown. And with us today is a special guest from far, far away. Well, actually, I don't think he's that far away, but his brewery's pretty far away. We'll come to him in just a second. I want to let you know that below me, Ken McMullen is a little jiggy-joggy because he's having some Wi-Fi problems. So he's actually on his mobile network. And as you can see, it looks like he's one of those things where you take a photo and then take the next one, take the next one. Are you there, Ken McMullen at Hotvine? Oh, he's heading to the toilet. It looks like he's heading to the toilets.
No,
he's got his beer. There we go. At least he's got his beer. What are you drinking, Ken? Oh, he's going outside. Look at that. It's a lovely day.
It's Mastodon IPA right out of the tank.
Excellent. And that's your beer, right? Oh, look at that. There's a good shot of him. I love this. It's like jiggy-joggy, but it's working. You're in your beer garden, right?
See my hops?
Your house?
His hops.
No, you're at Hotvine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's showing him. He's got hops growing in the back.
Okay, cool.
See?
All right. Well, we'll come back to him in just a second. On my left is Mr. Jay Rizicki from Malted Tales. Hello, Jay. What are you drinking today, Jay?
I am drinking the ghost of Neapolitan. I can never say the name of it. The Saugatuck Breweries. Neapolitan, yes.
Thank you very much. Oh, bloody hell. I hope I'm drinking something easier to say.
I've only had one. That's my first one.
Oh, that's your first one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a likely story. Okay. So I am actually drinking, what I'm going to be drinking down here is going to be something from Skeleton Key. I'm taking you back to Valentine's Day when Skeleton Key and 4 other breweries brought out their Valentine's Day a 4-pack, and I'm drinking the hazelnut praline, I should say, and I'm drinking it out of a beer cellar transient glass. I want to do a ding for beer cellar because those guys are doing marvelous things, providing us with beer as well as breweries. And of course, that brings us to our special guest for today, sitting in front of his truck, and we'll find out where that truck is. Hope it's not in his bloody brewery or his house, but Mr. Lincoln Slagel from Emancipation Brewing, which is in Fairbury, Illinois. Welcome, Lincoln.
Thanks.
So tell us, where the hell are you?
I'm actually, I'm in my garage at my house. Today was a paperwork filled day. So some of the less fun parts of being involved in the brewing business.
So what are you drinking?
I am drinking a Milk House Stout. This is our first bottle of beer that we put out.
All right.
So yeah, here.
Yeah, excellent. And have you done many bottle brews before this?
This is our first one. We kind of led with this milk stout it was one of our kind of house favorites. A lot of customers liked it, so we just went with it. We've done 2 so far, and due to the current situation, we've got 6 labels getting printed this week for other different beers that we're going to put into bottles starting next week.
So I guess the first question that I want to ask you is how the heck you're doing down there based on the current scenario?
We are doing okay. And I think it's mostly thanks to our community. They've been really supportive. They tip for, everything. It seems like they are happy to buy beer, happy to, do whatever it takes to support us. So we're doing okay. A lot of deliveries. It's the one time being a really small brewery is a blessing. We don't have that much beer to get rid of. So I really feel for the, the medium and large size craft breweries that are, trying to figure out what they're going to do with all of their beer, in the coming few weeks. So.
Well, if they're not familiar, like I'm not that familiar with your brewery, I've heard of you, but I don't know much about you. Like, how long are you guys in business, and how did you get started?
Yeah, so we've been open for a little more than a year now, but we just got started as it was kind of an idea I had in college, and we just kind of homebrewed for a long time and decided that we just had to give it a shot. And so I basically I brew all the beers, I do all the management and stuff, and we're just kind of a real small, kind of a little destination brewery for now, kind of farm focused, and we're in kind of a semi-unique spot. There's other neat breweries, Scratch and the brewery in Georgetown, and some of those that are similar, but we're in an old dairy barn, so it's on an old farm, so it's kind of a fun place to visit. Not right now though.
I think when Ken and I came down to visit you a while back for an episode of the Brit and Yankee Craft Beer Podcast, you were very the perfect host, and you had a lot of cheeses from Slagel Farms, which I think is part of your family's vast land baron ownership.
Well, so yeah, a cousin of mine owns a large kind of craft meat. He's been in the craft meat business for well over a decade. He's, I think, probably the largest farm to table supplier in Chicagoland now. But yeah, it's actually funny that you mentioned that. We offered the meats and cheeses on our for home delivery along with our beer, and so that's been really popular. People buying some beers and some cheese and so on. So
Are your, I was trying to show my hops out there in the hop yard. I know you grow hops too. I wondered if yours are popping up and what you're doing with them right now.
yeah, they're just starting to really kind of shoot out. Only maybe a couple inches out of the ground, but we're trying to kind of just, I don't know, make sure we have all the necessities that we need as far as fertilizing and things like that, so that we don't have to, try to source stuff at the last minute. Because right now shipping's at a premium, so it's just trying to be prepared to handle them. They're quite a bit for how little you get out of them. So. Yeah.
I trim the shoots while they're still tender and then pickle them, and we serve them here at Hopline. They're really good with fish.
I've had them when I was there a while back, and they're delicious straight up. But with fish, I'm sure they're even better.
What sort of a flavor do they have?
Well, most of the flavor comes from the pickling liquid.
Oh, you pickle them. Sorry, I thought you said tickle them with a T.
You pickle them, and then you can serve them out like with the charcuterie board, or you can put them on a salmon patty or something. They're good. You just keep trimming them. So what I was showing you out there has actually gotten pretty tall in the last day. I can't believe how fast they grew.
What else? Oh, sorry, Jay, go on.
I just was going to say, Lincoln, what someone comes to your brewery, what styles are you mostly focusing on?
I would say that we take like small liberties with classic styles. So I'm more so, I get an idea for a beer. I want, the end product of what I want it to taste like, and then kind of back build it. And usually it's close to the traditional style, but my favorite thing is the fact, so we have like kind of a wide range of beers. A lot of our locals are, somewhere on their craft beer journey, and not very many of them have necessarily like fully explored craft beer yet. So I try to offer everything from, lighter beer to, down to imperial stouts and, crazy IPAs and things. But it usually has some sort of a agricultural flair to it also, whether it's locally sourced grains or hops or kind of just more farm type ingredients, or stuff we grow on our, in our gardens and stuff like that. But it's usually well anchored to a traditional style. But I would say our best sellers are like, the milk stout. We have an IPA that's kind of like semi-hazy. It's not made necessarily to be hazy. It's just more accidentally so. And that's been about our second most popular beer as of late. So it just depends.
Don't they call that unfiltered?
I think that's the going term.
All right. Well, we are going to try and get you to play the first round of a new feature that we're going to try and do here on the show, and that is, will you show us your fridge, please?
Absolutely.
Oh, good man. He's in his garage, and I think that's the truck he's using. Hang on a minute. Let me go to it.
Yeah, I'm not delivering on my bicycle. So I've just got a mini fridge out here in the garage that I keep some more barrel-aged beers, but I've got some different vintages of the classic Bourbon County Stout, of course. But then I've also got some other Central Illinois beer, a brewery that I really like. This is actually their Batch 700 Belgian triple. Actually, it's a Belgian strong ale, I suppose. But I've also got some Guinness and a little experiment. I'm curious about the new Pabst IPA. I get excited when large breweries decide they're going to take a foray into a little bit more of a crafty style. I think it's a rising tide lifts all ships kind of thing. So,
have you guys had that Captain Pabst?
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay, we're going to have to find out if we can get some, and then perhaps we can have a mass tasting of it. You never know.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
Back to the old days. Yeah. Well, the fine folks at Zoom only allow you a certain amount of time on these calls, and as we're coming up to the end, because it popped up in front of me and said, "You're running out of time. Give us money and upgrade." I said, "Bugger off." So it only leaves me to turn around and ring my bell here and say, "Time, gentlemen, please." And I'd like to thank you very much indeed, Lincoln, for coming along. Now, you don't actually live in Fairbury. You live in Plainfield, right?
Yeah, I actually live just a couple minutes from Workforce Brewing in Plainfield, which a lot of people in the suburbs know. Some of my friends over there. So, yeah.
Well, Phil or Lincoln, before we go, if someone wants your beer, how do they get it? Phone number or website?
Yeah, our website is emancipationbrewingco.com. And if there's, we haven't delivered up north here to the suburbs yet, but if there's interest, the beauty of being small and flexible, I'm happy.
This show is worldwide. I mean, people in Afghanistan are watching it.
Yeah. I can't deliver there. I'm sorry.
No, I know.
Thank you very much indeed. I'm going to continue drinking my hazelnut praline, which is actually quite good. Because if you know me, I don't really like nutty things in my beer.
Or your face.
Pardon?
Or your face.
Oh, my face, yeah. So I'm going to say thank you very much to Lincoln, and let's hope that Emancipation continues to do deliveries. I'm assuming that's the truck you're doing the deliveries in.
It is, yeah.
Good man. Put some miles on that then.
Trying, yeah.
It's a good job that gas is cheap.
Yeah, right.
All right, so it's cheers from me.
Cheers from me.
Cheers for me.
Cheers.
Cheers, gentlemen. Take care. We'll see you next time.